Good morning students. Today we are going to do the numerical questions of chapter number 5. So page number is 114. So question number is third. Students, question number is third. So we have to prepare the accounting equation from this transaction. There are number of transaction. So first transaction is commenced business with cash. So this is serial number. Here you write the transaction. Transaction is commenced business. Commenced business with cash means proprietor introduced capital. He introduced capital. So we write capital under capital, and under asset we write cash because he introduced capital in form of cash, and the amount is 1,50,000. So cash 1,50,000. So liability is 0 here. Capital amount is 1,50,000, which is introduced as in form of cash. So now form the new equation. Under new equation, assets is equal to liability plus capital, means asset side is equal to liability side. So total of asset side is 1,50,000 and total of liability side is also 1,50,000. Students, now the transaction number 2. Machinery purchased on credit of rupees 40,000. Machinery purchased on credit. So machinery purchased on credit means new asset is introduced, that is machinery. Cost of machinery, the value of machinery is 40,000. Now machinery is purchased on credit means no effect on cash. Student, but it arises the creditors. Because the seller who sold machinery to the organization, to the enterprise on credit, he was now become the creditor of the business. So creditor for rupees 40,000. Students, so this transaction, second transaction, does not have any effect on capital. So here we write 0. Students, so the new equation is, form the new equation. In new equation, all the asset is equal to liability side. So cash is 1,50,000. Machinery is 40,000. So this side is, the total of asset side is 1,90,000. Creditor is 40,000 on liability side, and capital costing rupees 1,50,000. So this side is also of rupees 1,90,000. So this side is matched with the asset side. Students, now the third transaction is purchase goods for rupees cash 80,000. Purchased goods for cash. So when goods are purchased, it become the asset with the name stock. Student, so stock. So first of all, goods purchased by paying cash means cash goes out from the business. So we deducted rupees 80,000 because we paid 80,000 to the seller to whom we purchased the cash. So this transaction doesn't affect on machinery. So 0 effect. Stock, when the cash is paid, stock is come into the business 80,000, worth rupees 80,000. No effect on liabilities. This transaction no effect on capital. So form the new equation. So new equation is deduct 80,000 from 1,50,000. It is 70,000. So remaining amount of cash is 70,000. Machinery is 40,000. The value of machinery 40,000. Value of stock 80,000. Value of creditors 40,000. And the capital is 1,50,000. Now see, the asset side, the total of asset side is equal to liability plus capital. Okay students, so accounting equation is matched here. Now the fourth transaction is purchased old car for personal use. So students, as we discuss the terms, accounting terms chapter, in that I am telling you that when the proprietor use the business premises for his personal use, okay, so this use is called drawings. Okay, so when he purchased car for his personal use, so it is the drawings of the business, and drawings is deducted from the capital. Okay, first of all, we don't write here the name of drawings, we just make the adjustment. Okay, so write here purchased old car for personal use. Personal use means it is a drawing. So when he purchased the car, he takes some cash from the business for his personal use. The cost of car is 20,000, means he used 20,000 rupees from cash for his personal use. Okay students, so we deduct rupees 20,000 from cash. So this transaction doesn't affect machinery, no effect on stock, and no car is there, because car is for personal use, not for the business. That is why we do not write here car in the asset portion. So no effect on creditor, but it effect on the capital, because drawings is there when the proprietor take amount from his personal use. The value of drawing is also deducted from the capital. Okay, so 20,000 deducted from asset, 20,000 deducted from capital. So new equation is also matched, because 20,000 is deducted from the both side. Okay, so the remaining amount of cash, the remaining value of cash is rupees 50,000. Machinery is 40,000. 80,000 stock, 40,000 creditors, and 1,30,000 capital is remaining. Now the next transaction, that is fifth transaction, paid to creditors in full settlement. Paid to creditor. Creditor is the person to whom we purchase machinery on creditor. Okay, sorry, machinery on credit. Okay, to whom we have to pay rupees 40,000, but paid to creditor in full settlement 38,000, means the enterprise, the business paid rupees 30,000 in place of 40,000. So 40,000 is the liability, but the creditors said that you pay only 38,000, means we save 2,000. So 2,000 is the profit. It can be said that it is the discount which is given by the creditor to us. So it is the discount received. It can be also the profit. So according to fourth rule, the profit should be added to the capital. Okay, so now I will tell you that how this transaction should be done, recorded. So creditor, paid to creditor. So paid to creditor means we have to pay to the creditor in form of cash. So cash of rupees, how much cash is paid? 38,000. So rupees 38,000 is deducted. Rupees 38,000 is deducted from the cash. Okay students. Now no effect on machinery, no effect on stock, but the creditor is fully paid. Okay, so creditor is now end up, all the creditor is paid, means rupees 40,000 is paid to the creditor. So we deduct here from creditors, and the amount, so we have to pay 40,000, but creditor allow us he gave us discount. He gave us discount of rupees 2000. Means we save 2000 here. So 2000 is the profit or the discount received. So we add 2000 here in the capital. Okay. So new equation is deduct 50,000, deduct 38,000 from 50,000. The remaining amount of cash is 12,000. Machinery costing 40,000 as it is. Stock costing 80,000 as it is. So creditor is reduced. Now creditor become 0 because all amount is paid with the full settlement. Okay, so capital is increased by rupees 2000. It is now 1,50,000 because 2000 we save from the when we pay to the creditor. Okay, student, this is done. The sixth transaction is sold goods cash costing 50,000 for 45,000. Now cost of goods is 50,000. These goods are sold for rupees 5,000. Sorry, 45,000 means 5,000 is loss faced by the proprietor or the seller. So now we adjust this transaction in this pro forma. So sold goods for cash costing 50,000. Okay, so sold goods for cash means costing 50,000, but the cash is received 45,000. So 45,000 is received when the sale of good is done. Okay, 45,000 is amount add in cash because sales are done. Now no effect on machinery, but when the goods are sold, it goes out from the stock. Then cost of goods is deducted, means the goods which value is 50,000 is sold for 45,000. So 80 from 80,000 stock, 50,000 stock is sold out. It is deducted from here. No creditor is no liabilities here because this transaction is in cash. Okay, now cost of goods 50,000 and these are sold at 45,000 means 5,000 are loss here. So all losses should be deducted from the capital. So rupees 5,000, that is loss, deducted from the capital. Now form the new equation. New equation is here 50,000 rupees cash, 40,000 is machinery, stock now remaining 30,000. No effect on liabilities, and sorry, here capital is 1,32,000. Okay, so now deducting 5,000 from 1,32,000, it become 1,27,000. Okay, students, so it is 1,27,000 the amount of capital. Now next transaction, the transaction number 7, paid rent. Paid rent. Rent is expense. It is paid from cash. So 1,000 deducted from cash. No effect on machinery. No effect on stock. No effect on liabilities or creditor. So rent is expense. Expenses is deducted from capital. So new equation is from 57,000, 1,000 is paid as a rent, means 56,000 is remaining the value of cash. 40,000 machinery, 30,000 stock, no creditor value is 0 because everything is paid out, and the amount of capital is 1,26,000 because 1,000 is paid as expense. Now the last transaction is transaction number 8, commission received. Commission received. So commission received rupees 2,000. Okay, so it is in advance. Commission is received in advance, means we does not do anything while we receive commission, means it is our liability to do the part when we receive the income. Okay, so our obligation is outstanding here. When our obligation is arises, we have to fulfill it, because we receive the income in advance and doesn't do anything regarding it. So commission received in advance is the liability of the business. Okay, so commission received in advance means in form of cash is received. So 2000 is added in the capital, in the cash. No effect on machinery, no effect on stock, but the new liability is arises. Okay, so the new liability means we have to do the obligation when it is arises, because we received the income, okay, for the service which we do not give yet. Okay student, so no effect on capital. Now the new equation last, and the new equation is so here 56,000, so 58,000 is cash, 40,000 machinery, 30,000 stock, 2,000 that is our liability which we have to fulfill in future, which when it is arise, and the capital is amount 1,26,000. Okay student, so this is the question number 3 of practical question regarding chapter 5. Okay.